Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts.
We continue to follow
right
late breaking news we brought you this morning. Now at noon, San Antonio police following up on yet another tip in the ongoing search for young Lena Keel, just a few days shy of her 6th birthday.
We have team coverage this afternoon. Katrina Weber is standing by. She was the first on the scene this morning. We'll have more from her in just a minute.
But first, you'll recall Lena disappeared from an apartment complex playground in December of 2021 when she was 3 years old. And right now, police are saying that they're following up on the tip from early this morning that led them to a greenway by some apartment complexes off of the 4400 block of Blue Mill, not too far from Fredericksburg Road near the medical center, only about a half-mile away from where Lena disappeared.
And that's where we find our Garrett Berger, who's been standing by this morning, talking to PIO. So, Garrett, what are the police saying so far this morning?
Right now, nothing specific, just that they're looking into the tip. They haven't released whether or not they found anything, though we did see them bring something out of this shed behind me just a short while ago. Generally, they're saying right now they're out talking because this is such a public area. An SAPD spokesman said the tip indicated they could find some evidence in this greenway that's surrounded by a couple apartment complexes. He wouldn't go into the details of the tip, but said it is possible they could be looking for young Lena's body right now. He says they have crime scene investigators out here and multiple partners, though he wouldn't say exactly which ones. We've seen dogs and some kind of equipment rolled through the wooded area. And they actually came out and started poking around that shed I mentioned at the edge of where we are, just outside of the wooded area. Now, it does appear people may have been staying in the greenway, though police say that does not tie into the case. And while police don't know if this is a good tip yet, the spokesman said they treat them all seriously.
In the last 2 years since Lena's been missing, there has been multiple searches. Not every search that we do, not every tip that we get we put out there. One, for the integrity of the case, let the detectives do their job, but two, for the family. This is still a family matter. It's still personal to them, so we're not broadcasting every single thing that we receive. Again, in this case, it's just a public area, and that's why we're out here right now.
Now, the spokesman said to his knowledge, this area was subjected to a search after Lena's original disappearance, so it's not clear what they may be finding this time around. But it is still being considered a missing persons case by San Antonio police. Now, right now, Katrina Weber's out near another apartment complex around the wooded area. She's been out here all morning. Katrina?
All right, we're getting quite an eyeful on this side. We have a different vantage point. We can see police going in and out of that wooded area, and they have all their equipment set up here. You can see this giant mobile crime scene unit as well as other units here. We have seen people walking around as well with FBI jackets, so it appears that the federal investigators are here as well. Let me give you a look at the video that you can see from earlier. We've been out here since about 8 o'clock this morning. I did talk to several neighbors off camera, and they say that this setup was here long before that, so it seems that they may have been here since before daybreak. We have seen police with dogs, with shovels, and also carrying cases of water into the wooded area, meaning that they may be here for the long haul. Now, we're not sure what, if anything, they have found. We have not seen them bring anything out of the woods except those dogs that they took in earlier, but they do have this active search going on here, and the timing may be a bit curious because we were told, or that we did confirm, that the family of Lena Keel met with police just yesterday, and now this search has come about today, police say, from a tip. So we are waiting to find out what, if anything, they have found as a result of the search based on a tip that they have received at some point in the past. But again, a very active scene out here, attracting a lot of attention from neighbors. Reporting live near the medical center, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
And we know Katrina and Garrett will stay on top of this for us and have more for you on KSAT 12 News at 5 and, of course, on our website, KSAT.com. Also due at noon, the man accused of a horrific murder, stabbing his daughter and shooting his ex-wife, will now face the death penalty.
Stephen Clare is the physician's assistant who allegedly stabbed his young daughter to death, injured another daughter, and shot his ex-wife multiple times. But this capital murder case just went up another notch. Erica Hernandez at the Justice Center now and joining us live. Erica, what's the reaction from Clare after the announcement was made on the death penalty?
Ursula, there was no reaction from Clare as that announcement was made in court this morning. Now, KSAT, the only camera inside the courtroom when that decision was announced, this April will be a year since the horrific attack. Clare is accused of shooting his ex-wife and then stabbing his 2-year-old and 11-month-old daughters. The 11-month-old Willow Clare did not survive her injuries. Clare was then charged with capital murder, attempted capital murder, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Now that we know the death penalty is in play, the next phases of this case will take some time. Another hearing has been called for March 4th. At that time, a schedule will be figured out to see how long it could take before we go to trial. The last time the death penalty was pursued here in Bexar County was in 2021 for the Otis McCain case. McCain, convicted of the murder of SAPD detective Benjamin Marconi, was sentenced to death. Now, later this afternoon, we're going to hear from the judge who presided on that case. He's going to explain to us kind of what happens next in a death penalty case. Again, Stephen Clare has the death penalty on the table for any upcoming trial. Live at the Kennedy Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Erica. Outside with live cam, we can feel the changes in the air. It feels a little more humid. Got a little fog this morning. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Didn't get cold last night.
No. Humidity's surging in, and you're right, David, it's making a difference. It was not cold this morning. We only dropped down to the upper 50s, close to 60, and we'll make it into the 70s today despite a lot of cloud cover. There is no rain on the radar yet. We're not looking for much today, but it's tomorrow morning when you'll likely see some wet roads and some light rain coming down here across San Antonio. Here's the satellite picture, and there's a lot of clouds. Not only do we have low clouds moving in, but we've got high clouds over top of that. So like yesterday, don't expect much sun. We're at 66 right now, 64 in Kerrville, 66 in Hondo, in the mid to upper 60s here in San Antonio with cloudy skies for most of the city. 70 at 2 o'clock, 71 at 3 p.m., 72 our high temperature today. Just a small chance of a sprinkle or two. But those rain chances start to pick up this evening. And by tonight, we're looking at a 30% chance of rain, and those rain chances go even higher by tomorrow morning. Look at the rain chances here, 60% Friday morning, 30% though Friday afternoon. So they come down a little bit before bumping back up Friday night with a cold front, and most of that rain is going to be over with by Saturday morning. However, that front comes through, it will make it feel cold on Saturday, cold and windy too. We'll take a look at that forecast, plus a much better Sunday coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. This noon, police are still investigating after what appears to be a disturbing attack on an 81-year-old man. The man was thrown down an escalator inside Dillard's at North Star Mall, and it was captured on camera. Now police are trying to appeal to the people to see in the video, hoping to learn more. The video shows a man walking up behind the man on that escalator, then pulling him back down the moving escalator. The 81-year-old suffered major injuries to his head and body, as well as a broken finger. Police say both the man seen yanking him down the escalator and a woman who watched but didn't help the victim. Since police released the video, we've been wondering if this was an unprovoked attack or if something may have happened before the cameras were rolling. There was an incident around a changing room, and police told us about that today.
No assault happened in the changing room as far as we know. None was reported. The suspects didn't call the authorities. We don't know exactly what happened. What we need, well, let me say this. What I need to know is their perspective.
Detective Rodney Franklin says he wants to talk to the people in the video and encourages them to contact police.
Looking ahead to tomorrow, Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley is coming to San Antonio. It's going to be a meet and greet with voters. She's going to be at the Viva Villa, those over at the historic Market Square. It's at 1:30 in the afternoon. The event is free, but attendees must register prior to the event for a ticket. And there is a link to those tickets on our website, KSAT.com. Haley's also going to swing through Dallas today on her way here to the Alamo City.
So that brings us to voting. New deadlines are coming up before the March primary election. To apply for a mail-in ballot, you have to until February 23rd. Also, you can vote early from February 20th through March 1st. Election day will be March 5th. We have voting information, all the places where you can vote early on KSAT.com.
And today, it's a big decision and a big deadline. Today, for San Antonio ISD families, students at 15 SAISD schools can accept their newly designated schools or choose the campus of their choice. But they have to make their decision today. The most recent numbers show that more than 900 impacted families still have not made their decision known.
Still coming up, we hear from defensive coordinator of the Cowboys in a few minutes in sports. Excited to be back in the game.
The Alamo City's starting to give Austin a run for his money when it comes to big name entertainers. Guess who's coming to town after the break?
We're fast becoming the home of the big stars. Another big star heading our way, Jennifer Lopez, bringing her This Is Me Now the tour to San Antonio. Is that how you say that? Is that This Is Me the Now tour?
No, This Is Me.
Big. It's Jennifer
now.
Lopez. Who cares what she calls it? It's Jennifer Lopez coming to San Antonio at the Frostbank Center on July 5th. J-Lo.
J-Lo's coming. Tickets going on sale later on this month in San Antonio. Not the only Texas city on her tour. She's also headed to Dallas, Austin, and Houston.
You can find more information on KSAT.com. My question is she going to bring Ben Affleck and donuts?
I will buy that ticket. I think Barry Manilow is coming too.
And look who's there.
Oh,
Today's
yeah.
officially National Hippo Day, so the San Antonio Zoo is celebrating with a special deal for locals. From now until Monday, February 19th, the zoo is offering $8 entry to all Bexar County residents.
To add to the anticipation, the zoo's beloved hippo, Timothy, is set to make a surprise appearance on President's Day on Monday. The zoo said at least one person per party must provide proof of Bexar County residency in order to buy these tickets. Have you ever seen the hippos out there?
Yeah, we've seen them on Zoo Cam. Every now and then we see them on Zoo Cam, but yeah.
They have a whole area where you can watch them underwater, and it is the most fun thing. They put on a show for you.
I like the name Timothy for a hippo. That's like
Timothy and Uma.
Uma.
Those, yeah. They do put on a show. It's a lot of fun. You got to go check it out there at the zoo if you've never seen it. Hey, today's not a bad day to go to the zoo. We've got some cloudy skies, yes, but no rain yet. We expect some overnight into tomorrow morning. The aquifer still falling. It's down half a foot to 644.6 on your pollen count. Hey, these are good numbers. Molds are low. Ash is low at 20. What about that rain tonight? How will it affect the morning commute? How long will it hang around, and what does your weekend look like? We answer all those questions for you coming up.
All right. If you never have anything to look forward to today, at least you have this. If nothing else strikes your fancy, at least you have the question of the day to look forward to.
Always.
Oh, I thought he was going to say us. No, it's just a question. You got a good point, though.
You're part of that. You're wrapped into it.
Yeah,
True.
You're the ones with the question, so.
Well, yes, and you guys just kind of talked about it, how J-Lo is coming to the Frost Center. So with all the concerts, especially at the rodeo, we want to know, which concert are you looking forward to this year?
Stevie Nicks. We've got Billy Joel and Sting coming up here. What do you say?
As much as I love J-Lo, I might have to do Billy Joel and Sting.
Oh, that's nice. I heard Barry Manilow's coming too.
Ooh.
Looks like we made it.
David, what's your favorite J-Lo song?
I'll have to look that one up. Man, that ain't fair. Come on now. I do know she likes donuts.
Good point.
Come on,
I was going to
Jenny
say,
from the block. Come on.
favorite J-Lo thing is the Dunkin' commercial. So I'm looking forward to Stevie Nicks
that
concert.
was pretty sweet.
Coming up here.
Good question of the day for SA Live. I like it.
Good. That is good.
Stevie Nicks.
Yes.
See that? See once
I know I said
again.
You want to say it again?
Sure, Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks could be good. Yeah. But she doesn't have Fleetwood Mac with her.
True, but she's got a lot of great solo stuff, though.
He does.
Stand back, stand back.
Oh, no, he's going to sing. Okay, so answer that question, scan that QR code, and you might see your answers in our show live here from Historic Market Square.
All right, look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
What's great about it is there's so many superstars coming to San Antonio. We're finally getting
Right.
where it's continuous. It's
happening.
not just every now and then.
And what's your choice, Justin?
Well, Justin Timberlake's coming too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is he? Yeah, I think so.
believe
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
So, yeah, there's a lot of big names. I thought you might go with the Oak Ridge Boys, David, over at the rodeo.
Well, the rodeo's that's a constant thing. That's, these guys show
Lots of
up
good acts.
year in and year out.
Yeah.
J-Lo's not coming to the rodeo anytime soon. She's just going to show up at a concert.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to have to look up some J-Lo songs.
Jenny from the Block.
Jenny from the Block.
Won't be fooled by the rocks that she's got. Anyway. Let's take a look at the drought monitor, shall we? Came in today.
No drought on J-Lo songs.
No, that's Justin Horn. He knows them all.
Anyway, we have extreme drought for parts of the hill country still. So this is the newest drought monitor that just came in. And we've got still some moderate drought here over San Antonio. This hasn't changed much from last week, but it is still improving slowly but surely. I want to show you where we started the year. And most of the area was an extreme drought, at least Bexar County, you get up towards Comal and Kendall counties. And now it's been pared back a little bit with the new drought monitor, showing it to you again here. So we've had some improvement, and we'll get a little bit more rain. The problem is with this next system, most of the rain is going to fall south of that area. You look at the rainfall potential for those areas that are still very much in drought, Kerrville, Bandera, Blanco, you're not going to get a lot of rain over the next couple of days, maybe a little bit, but not much. As you get down towards San Antonio, the numbers improve a little bit, a half an inch to maybe a quarter, or a quarter of an inch up to half an inch. But you go south of that, that's where the really fruitful numbers will be 1 to 2 inches potentially down around Corpus Christi and Brownsville. So let's look at the forecast here. This is 4 o'clock this afternoon, not much going on. But as we get into tonight, rain chances pick up. We'll start to see some light showers moving towards San Antonio, south to north. And then it becomes a little more steady as we get into tomorrow morning. So I think the possibility for a wet commute tomorrow is pretty high. You'll want to grab your umbrella as you head out the door tomorrow morning. Now, a lot of this starts to push east by midday. We get a little bit of a break tomorrow afternoon with just some isolated showers. And then a front comes through Friday night. That may pick up the shower activity just a little bit Friday night if you have Friday evening plans, something else to keep in mind. And then by 6 a.m. Saturday morning, a lot of the showers are starting to push south at this point. I think the rain is ending here in San Antonio. So the weekend, for the most part, is dry. But it will be windy on Saturday behind this front. So 60% chance of rain Friday morning, Friday afternoon, 30% chance. Friday night, 40% chance, and then we drop it to 20% chance by early Saturday morning. I think that's how the rain chances kind of play out. Then as you plan out your weekend, know that temperatures will be in the 40s most of the day on Saturday with wind chill values in the 30s and 40s. So Saturday, still sort of a gray, cold day. Sunday starts off cold, but it ends up really nice. Sunday is the better of the 2 days over the weekend. 59 on Sunday with sunny skies by the afternoon at least. Right now we've got cloudy conditions over the airport, 66. Same in New Braunfels, 65 in Kerrville. And you see the cloud cover, still a lot of it. I don't anticipate a lot of breaks today. So these temperatures, yes, they'll make it into the 70s, but not really because of the sun. A few peaks here and there, but generally a mostly cloudy day. 71 at 3 o'clock, 72 at 4 p.m. And then we start to add in those rain chances as we get into this evening, and they pick up a bit overnight. So the extended forecast, we'll go 65 tomorrow. Rain will keep temperatures down a little bit. We showed you the weekend forecast, and by next week, it gets downright warm. 70 on Monday, 78 by Wednesday. So we go from chilly conditions Saturday to near 80 by Wednesday.
Big change. Big change. Thank you.
I looked it up. Jenny from the Block is one of her big hits.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Stop. This Spurs trying to pick up a little momentum going into the break. But do you know all the words like Justin?
We are going to get you hip out here.
Do you know all the words to that song like Justin does?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to learn them. Hey, what do I want to finish things off just before the All-Star weekend? Little I-35 rivalry. Spurs in Dallas. Once again, a chance for 2 in a row coming off that huge win over Toronto. Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama coming off that historic triple-double with blocks. Kept it up Big man knocking down a pair of triples and give the Spurs an early lead. San Antonio actually controlled the first quarter, got the lead up to 15, but Dallas got it back, then some, up at halftime by 5. Go to the second half. Oh, what happened? Kyrie Irving, that's what happened. Drives the lane, floats one in. That really got the Mavs going. Here's Luka Doncic. Yeah, kick up that leg. He had 27, 9 rebounds, playing through injuries, entering the fourth quarter. Any hope of a break comes right here. That's going to take care of it for you. He had 34, Irving did. And here is your final 116-93 after the game. Pop talked about the difference between the first half and the second half for Wemby.
Well, it's hard. You're sort of treating him like I used to treat David. So David, you got to come on. He had 26 points. He had 9 rebounds and 3 blocks, and you're at him.
Good point.
Come on. In 27 minutes.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Mike Zimmer has 3 decades of NFL coaching experience, something to rely on as he takes over the defensive coordinator job with the Dallas Cowboys. It's been 3 years since Zimmer's last NFL job. He was the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings from 2014 to 2021. His time away from the league included working as an analyst and consultant for Deion Sanders at Jackson State and Colorado. Zimmer stepped away from coaching and the game to spend time with family after losing his son unexpectedly back in 2022. Yesterday, he talked about his time away.
I did a lot of reflection on what my time in Minnesota, the 8 years, the things that I felt like we did good, the things that I felt like I didn't do as good, trying to figure out, how I can be a better coach in the future. Obviously, there was always some tape watching and things like that. Marvin Lewis and I was a great friend. We did a podcast, and then afterwards we'd sit on there and we'd watch tape together and talk about players and talk about schemes and things like that. But a lot of it was reflection on what I did well and what I didn't do well.
All right, as you can tell, you might have noticed we had a few technical difficulties there, a little snow and then a little change of color. I think we've got it straightened out right now, but we're going to go to break and make sure we've got all the technical difficulties worked out. It's not your TV set, it's us. We'll be right back. Gunfire erupted at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl celebration yesterday, leaving 1 woman dead and more than 20 people injured, including children. The shooting happened at the end of yesterday's celebration outside the city's historic Union Station. Fans had lined the parade route and some even climbed trees and street poles and stood on rooftops to watch the players pass by in the double-decker buses. The Chiefs team buses soon filled with frightened bystanders trying to escape madness outside. Super Bowl champ Trey Smith spoke about helping guide people to safely, including a youngster.
This little boy was with his father. He's just a little hysterical. He just panicked. He's scared. He doesn't know what's going on. And, I had the WWE belt on me the entire parade. And, I was, man, what can I do to help him out? I just handed him the belt. Hey, buddy, you're the champion. No one's going to hurt you. No one's going to hurt you, man. We got your back.
Police Chief Stacey Gray says 3 people had been detained and firearms were recovered. We now know 2 of those people police detained are questioning are juveniles. Police also tell us the shooting resulted from some sort of dispute between several people. She says police are still piecing together what happened.
If your pharmacy is out of your favorite generic drug, you're not alone, and now someone's looking into it. The Federal Trade Commission and health officials are trying to figure out why this is happening so often these days. The FTC and the Department of Health and Human Services launching this inquiry into the supply chain. HHS wants to look at drug purchasing and wholesale companies to see if they're disrupting the supply chain. They also want to hear from the public, and they've issued a request for information. The agencies are already teaming up with the Justice Department as well. They want to see how corporate control of health care is affecting patients. With winter still underway across the country, a potential cure for something important, frostbite. The FDA has approved the first treatment ever. The treatment is an injection, which is marketed under the brand of Illumine. The agency says it can reduce the risk of finger or toe amputation from frostbite. Frostbite happens when the skin and the tissues underneath freeze. It limits the blood flow to that area. Severe frostbite can lead to permanent damage and requires amputation. The drug's active ingredient works by opening up the blood vessels, and it prevents blood clotting. And here's the good news: it can be used up to 3 days after the frostbite starts. There are common side effects, including headache, fast heart rate, nausea, dizziness, and low blood pressure.
When a wave of depression hits, a new study suggests physical activity may help significantly. The research suggests many types of exercise like walking, jogging, yoga, strength training can be just as beneficial as therapy when it comes to treating depression. The lead study author says the analyzed data from 218 studies with more than 14,000 people. Researchers found that exercise can serve as effective treatment alongside options including therapy and medication. Depression affects between 10 and 25% of the population, but it's estimated that only about half of those who suffer receive treatment.
Take a look at this. It's a rocket taking off overnight headed to the moon. This rocket is carrying what could be the first American spacecraft to land on the moon since Apollo 17 back in 1972. That was before Justin Horn was born. If all goes well, the spacecraft will touch down near the moon's south pole later on this month and help carry out a host of NASA experiments. NASA wants to know if that's a good spot for future missions to the moon with humans on board. 2 other attempts to land on the moon went awry this year. Should this one succeed, it would mark the first important step in exploring not just the moon, but points far beyond.
Space travel is going to get like normal one of these days, if you can afford it.
It's getting there quickly.
Well, you know, the moon's going to play an important role here on April 8th.
Oh, here we go. Nice segue right into...
Yeah, the eclipse. I'm so excited about this. You know, we talk about it a lot, but we're going to be talking a lot about it with you coming up in the next couple of months. So look for that. Yeah, the moon will be in front of the sun, and we'll get the eclipse right over San Antonio, or at least parts of San Antonio. It's going to be incredible. Hey, I want to show you the temperatures over the country right now. We've got 10 in Cut Bank, 27 in Casper. Some of that cold air is starting to funnel south towards Texas in the form of a cold front. Right now, it's still up here across far north Texas, but you can see there is some cold air behind it. Not bitterly cold, but cold, and we'll feel a little bit of that over the weekend. Right now, 48 in Amarillo, so that's kind of the leading edge. Elsewhere, it's pretty warm in Texas, 66 here in San Antonio. We've got 75 down in Brownsville. That is the warm spot today. Lots of clouds. We'll be up around 72 later today with a 10% chance of rain. We up it to a 20% chance this evening and bring those rain chances even higher as we get into the overnight hours and then eventually into tomorrow morning where our rain chances will peak. Here's a look at that forecast. And 4 o'clock today, yeah, not much going on. But by midnight, here comes some of those showers. Now, this is just going to be light sprinkly stuff here in San Antonio, but it could pick up a little bit early tomorrow morning. And again, that could affect the morning commute before a lot of that starts to push east. Then we get a little bit of a break with some more showers coming in with a cold front late Friday into early Saturday. It's this cold front that makes for chilly conditions over the weekend. We'll look at that forecast for the weekend, and we're going to look ahead to next week, which includes some spring-like numbers. That forecast in just a bit. We'll be right back.
A New York judge has ruled that former President Donald Trump will face his first criminal trial with jury selection starting March 25th. The judge denied Trump's motion to dismiss the charges against him in the criminal hush money case, then set for the trial date. Trump is charged with falsifying business records to commit or conceal another crime. Prosecutors say he took part in a cover-up of hush money payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels related to his alleged affair with her. Meanwhile, a hearing is being held in the Georgia election interference case in which Trump is also charged. All this comes as Trump continues to campaign for the GOP presidential nomination.
Now to a new warning from the FBI. It says that crooks are figuring out how to use those QR codes to scam you out of money.
The agency says in the last year, there have been about $150 million of reported losses involving fraudulent QR codes. ABC's Eva Pilgrim explains how to spot these bogus codes.
comes right off. Erica Pinder of Atlanta noticed something was off in her local parking garage.
It was like extra shiny, like it had been like recently laminated. I could see like it wasn't really a part of like the fancy signs they have out there, and then I was able to just peel it right off.
Scammers putting fake QR codes over the real ones, hoping to trick parking garage customers into transferring them money.
They're moving fast. You'll have to be careful. Be alert, be aware.
And the FBI says Erica is not alone.
Where are we seeing these QR scams happening?
Unfortunately, they're relatively widespread. They are happening in parking lots. They're happening in areas where you may anticipate this is a legitimate QR code and I'll scan it, but somebody has altered it.
Fake QR codes aren't just misdirecting your payment in garages like this one. The FBI telling us thieves often use QR codes to take your money and steal other important personal information.
What happens when you scan a QR code that isn't the one you're supposed to be scanning?
It can give the criminal access to your phone, which then allows them access to any apps that you normally use. It can also drop some sort of computer intrusion type of software that can alter your phone and steal credentials and that sort of thing.
The owners of the garage where Erica found the QR code tell us the safety of our customers is our top priority. We updated the QR codes with our branding, and any evidence of fake QR codes is reported to our local police immediately.
And that was Eva Pilgrim reporting. Taking a look outside with live cam, you know, yeah, we got the clouds and all of that, but the temperature right now is actually pretty comfy.
Not bad. You look outside, it would look like it would be cold, but it's not. We've got temperatures in the mid-60s. We're actually going to be above average today. And I'll point out the record low. We talked a little bit about this yesterday, 2021. We got down to 9 on this day just 3 years ago. Nowhere near that. In fact, it's going to be fairly warm, at least the next couple of days before a cold front hits. We're going to talk about the timing of that cold front and what that means for your weekend. One day will be better than the other. We'll explain coming up.
This Rodeo Remembers, powered by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
The skills that we celebrate at the rodeo today, like roping, were so important to the cattle drives back in the Old West. Those drives started back in the 1860s, right after the Civil War. The country wanted beef, and Texas had a lot of it. But there were no highways back then. However, there was a railroad in Kansas. So over a 30-year period, cowboys and vaqueros herded about 5 million cattle north. One of the most famous routes, the Chisholm Trail, which started near San Antonio. As more railroads were built, those trails and long-distance cattle drives just faded into history. Those old dusty trails, at least we don't have that to deal with anymore. Well, I say anymore, but hopefully not as much.
You need to go trail riding.
Well, but I mean, we've had some rain, so we don't.
That is true.
A little muddier.
Got a few puddles still.
Yeah.
And it's going to rain some more, I understand.
That's the idea. We think tomorrow morning's kind of when things peak. So you'll want to have your umbrella ready to go as you go out the door tomorrow for work and school. It's going to be a little bit damp. I think the better odds of rain are going to be south of San Antonio, but even here, I still think we get some light stuff. Let's take a look at the current conditions. 66. Dew point is at 60 and rising on southerly winds at 5 miles per hour. It's cloudy out there, and this is a look at the forecast. Just a quiet afternoon, just cloudy, but then the showers start to funnel in tonight. So this is midnight. We're going to get these showers working out from the south and west, and they'll start to become a little more widespread, I think, by tomorrow morning. So this is 6 a.m. That's the morning commute time that can be a little bit messy. And then I think during the afternoon, a lot of this starts to scoot east. We'll still get some showers, but just they won't be as numerous. So this is around 4 o'clock tomorrow. And then as a front drops in Friday night, rain chances may pick up a little bit more again. Still just light stuff. The heavier showers and heavier rainfall totals are going to be off to the south of San Antonio. And by early Saturday morning, yeah, there could be a few lingering showers, but a lot of this starts to go away as drier air funnels in. So the rainfall potential, honestly, it's going to be very low for the hill country if you get anything at all. Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Bandera, it's going to be slim pickings here. But you get down to San Antonio, more on the order of 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch, especially south of town. And then you run into the bigger numbers across deep South Texas. So travel plans down to Corpus Christi, Laredo, Brownsville, it will be damp. Through Saturday, by the way, the rain hangs on longer down there. This weekend, as you're making plans, know that Saturday will feature wind chill values in the 30s and 40s. We'll be in the 40s, and with wind gusts 30 to 35 out of the north, it'll feel a lot colder than that. Yeah, it says 50, but most of the day is going to be spent in the 40s. So that's pretty much jacket weather, and the sun is going to be hidden behind the clouds most of the day too. Now, as we clear out, we'll get down to 32 Sunday morning, light freeze here in town, and then Sunday's a beautiful day. If you're planning out maybe golf, Sunday's your day. Sunny and nice, 59, and those winds lighten up too. Here's the satellite picture. We've got a ton of moisture coming in, upper levels of the atmosphere. That's that Pacific moisture. And yeah, starting to see some returns out here in Mexico. Probably some of this isn't reaching the ground, but you get the general idea. We've got that flow of moisture coming in. And then at the low levels, we got moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. We can see a little bit better here on water vapor. That purple color represents much better moisture, and we've got a good flow of it coming right into Texas. You've got a storm system out west. It's going to help to kind of give us the lift that we need, and that's why we're going to see some of this activity here. Now, I will tell you, this storm system takes a good southern track, though, and that's one of the reasons most of South Texas is going to get the rain, and we won't see as much here in San Antonio and in the Hill Country. Once that system passes by, we dry out on Saturday. Sunday will be a dry day, then we start seeing moisture returning by next week. So here it is laid out in 7 days. 65 tomorrow, 60% chance of rain, especially during the morning hours. Front comes through, windy on Saturday. We showed you the weekend forecast. President's Day, 70, really nice, mostly sunny. And then we'll get some more clouds by Tuesday and Wednesday as some of that moisture tries to make a return. And it's going to feel more like spring Tuesday and Wednesday. 76 on Tuesday, close to 80 on Wednesday after what will be a pretty cold Saturday, guys.
Oh, we'll need my coat. 32 degrees, look at that.
Yeah.
New today at 5, just buying a new home can be daunting. Not only do you have to consider all of those expenses, but what might also pop up. We're going to take a look at some not so obvious products that can end up saving you thousands down the road. It's today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.
This Best of Mutton Busted, powered by your San Antonio area Chevy dealers.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
For you Texan fans, congratulations to Andre Johnson, headed to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the first Houston Texan to wear that gold jacket. Yesterday, Johnson talked for the first time since being selected last week, and he recounted the day he got the word of his induction. His agent, get this one, his agent told him he wanted to put him into his will, and that's how he got to come over to the house for the surprise.
I can't see who's actually standing at the door. I could tell there's somebody standing there, and I see I can see him in a gold jacket, but I can't see his face. So right then and there, I was like, I know this is not about to happen. So I open the door, and you guys saw it. That's, it was Chris, and I was just like, wow, this is really happening.
Great voice, huh? Great wide receiver, too, so congratulations to him. He kind of put the Texans on the map.
Yeah.
Before they got C.J. Stroud and those guys, he got a lot of attention. Texas.
Quite the honor.
So just guys like these two, they put SA Live on the map.
You guys should have your own gold jackets.
Yeah.
True. And that would have us stepping out in style.
Yes, indeed.
You could step out in style in one of the coolest hats to wear at the rodeo.
Yep, and Margot Huckabee from the Hat Bar is here, and what is going to be the fashion at the rodeo?
Flat brim hats that we can fully customize. We can even do a hat tat on them, and we can burn them.
Ooh.
We're playing with fire. What could possibly go wrong?
All right, speaking of the rodeo, our spotlight is on a young lady who raises pigs over there in the swine bar, and not just any ones, but she calls them bougie pigs.
Yes.
She's going to explain all about that.
Okay, how about grabbing some barbecue and helping out puppies in need?
Yep, Tim Luton, who is the president of Rudy's Barbecue. Oh, look at this little one. So you got a nice deal to help out the puppy bank, right?
Sure enough. Come on out to any San Antonio Rudy's, grab you some of the worst barbecue, and support the Puppy Food Bank.
We are going to tell you how, and it's quite a deal, and it's going to help you out too. You get something to eat too. So, all right, and you've got something special for little ones, right?
Oh, yes. Go ahead and pamper your little princesses at one of the sweetest salon and spas for kids. We take you inside, sweet and sassy.
I like the stretch limo.
Right.
That's pretty cool. So, all right, a lot of big shows coming to town now, not only at the rodeo, but at Frost.
Are you so excited for J-Lo?
Yes, I am. What is it? Shout out loud? Out loud?
Let's get loud.
Let's get loud. Yes, I knew. I knew.
Okay, so scan that QR code and let us know which concert you're looking forward to this year.
How's that tune go?